Hello, party people. Incredible. Oh, hang on, we're inverted. Ooh, let me see if I remember how to do this. Flip camera. Nope, just kidding. Flip camera again. Ha, I knew I could figure it out. Yay. Hi team, how are we doing? Say hi as you jump on. Hello, lovely party people. We're gonna figure out how to make this work because this is like a big behemoth type of whiteboard. Say hi as you jump on. All right, we are gonna have a manifestation like masterclass right now. So if you're in the process of manifesting something, you're gonna really like this live a lot. So please do like it up. Please do engage with it. I'm gonna ask you questions. You're gonna get the most out of it when we have like a back and forth discussion. And then I can use some tangible examples from what you give me to kind of personalize it a little bit towards you to get a little bit of a deeper knowledge and understanding. Hi there. Hi. Will you upload it to YouTube? Let's see. Let's see how it goes. So that's why I really want you to be here and to be live. And if you guys can, please do go follow me on my Instagram. I'm gonna be taking all my lives over there. And I'm gonna be really prioritizing growing Instagram to the 130K. And I'm gonna be really prioritizing growing Instagram to the 130K, whatever it is that I have here. And so you're not gonna see me going live here too much because I wanna kind of prioritize. And so you're not gonna see me going live here too much because I want to kind of prioritize over there out on all the free content. There's over 600 of how to change your life. That if you just literally watch, you literally binge, you literally apply, you can transform your whole life. I've literally it's my gift to the community. Like here, take all of this and change your life. So please do give me a follow over there. All you gotta do is click the link in my bio and go do a little follow spree so that you always are connected. Today we're going to talk about niece. Thank you so much. I love that. That makes me so happy. It makes my heart just sing. I always love when you guys say hi, when you update me, when you tell me where you're from. I love to hear it because I love to be connected with my people, my peeps. All right, party people, let's dive in. I'm going to try to figure out how to make sure you can see everything. If you ever can't, just let me know. Okay, I'm gonna do my best because I'm gonna put on a little masterclass for you here today, and I really hope that you get a lot out of it. This is gonna be a little clickbaity, right? But stick with me because it's gonna make a lot of sense. Hi there, hi, thank you. Here's why law of assumption is incomplete. For some people, if you don't have your desires yet. Ooh, thank you for my little sunflower emoji. I know that you watch if you gave me a sunflower emoji, which makes me really happy. All right. Here's why law of assumption is incomplete if you don't have your desires yet. Keywords. Now, it's because of this beautiful little word over here. In case you can't read it, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's called identity. Identity. So please do, guys, like the video and comment to boost it up. Even if you just want to put a bunch of sunflower emojis, it helps just push it out to other people so we can help positively benefit everyone's life. Oh, thank you, Shay. I really appreciate that. Identity. Identity is why law of assumption is incomplete if you don't have your desires. Now, my hot take, my controversial take is if you have not manifested your desire in 90 days or less, something is off. Something is wrong. Let me explain why before I get into the identity. I believe that based on my past experience, I was previously, let me close this, broke as a joke, no 2 dimes to rub together, getting my card declined inside of a Publix while buying vegetables, calling my dad crying, asking him to cash out me some money because I felt so demoralized and humiliated at the fact that I graduated as a PA with a specialty in general surgery while studying overseas, and yet when I came back, because I graduated during the pandemic, I wasn't able to get employment. So I have a shiny medical degree and all the surgery centers are shut down and no one wants to hire me. And it's only something that they want to keep the senior surgeons, which makes sense, but also doesn't, because this is something that impacts, people who are older. Just put the young bucks on the line. I don't understand why. And COVID didn't go away for years. So, I was going through a huge identity crisis. I hit such a low that eventually I began to sell some of my items online on Poshmark, my clothes, different things that had some kind of value with it. And, I hit rock bottom. I really hit rock bottom. Like I feel like below the dirt. Like that's how I described myself back then. I didn't understand why my life was falling apart. This was before manifestation. And so when it comes to this situation, I just wanted you to, sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by the comments, so I'm trying to keep my train of thought organized, guys. If we can just focus on this real quick. But I didn't understand why my life was in the crapper. I didn't understand. And so when it came to this situation, it was really difficult for me to pick myself back up. And then I found law of attraction, as many people do. Then I found law of assumption, as many people do. And then I decided to marry my, medical degree. Hi, Az. I love to see you here. Az is one of our incredible former clients. She's incredible. And I decided to marry my medical degree with spirituality, and kind of be one of the first pioneers at the time to marry science with spirituality for a more fact-checked form of manifestation, is what I called it. This page was originally manifestation for the perfectionists and for the overachievers, because that's how I identified in the world. Hi from Kenya, hi. And so there's a part of me that felt very defective, that after finding these teachings, because that's how I identified in the world. Hi from Kenya, hi. And so there's a part of me that felt very defective, that after finding these teachings and experimenting with that, at that time, I had done it like everyone else, because my life was terrible and I just wanted it to go ahead. I just wanted to get some mercy from the universe. It just felt like every area of my life that could fall apart did fall apart. Friendships, love, family, like everything that could have caught on fire, basically. It was a difficult time for me. I feel choked up even as I talk about it right now. Hi, Claire. And so, it was a real difficult time. Thank you, Shay. And so I found these teachings, and the whole be delusional to be successful. That was really the only manifestation teachings taught out there at that time. And I tried it, and it just didn't work for me. And maybe you resonate with that. Maybe you resonate with feeling defective when certain things work for other people. It's not that it being delusional doesn't work. It just didn't work for me. It's not that living in the end doesn't work, but in my personal professional opinion, it's like the worst manifestation technique to man, in my opinion, right? And that's because I just didn't realize I was trying to manifest in a way that just didn't work with my brain. Manifestation is not woo-woo, it's neuroscience. And it is something that can be fact-checked. Our brain works via the subconscious mind. Thank you. Our brain works via the subconscious mind. Our brain works via confirmation bias. We create reality internally from our composite identity, belief systems, energy, focus. We have an electromagnetic field around us that attracts to us what we are a match to. And my whole life mission is to be able to help people go out in the world and attract what they want easily and effortlessly by reprogramming their mind, body, and nervous system. Hi, Melody, nice to see you. To be able to be a match for what they want. And that's where the whole 90 days to results comes from, because I was at a rock bottom zero and I just focused on putting in 1% better daily. Notice how I said 1% better. 1%, not 50% in 46 minutes, right? Or in 0.4 seconds. I just focused on 1% better daily, something that felt very achievable. And in 90 days, I had a very different life. As a matter of fact, in 30 days, I was able to go from having manifested $900 in a month to $2,000 in a month, the next month, to $7,000 the next month, to $58,000 the next month, to $103,000 the next month. And I was able to create this business, which is a multi-seven-figure business, in 15 months with zero experience of social media or anything like that. I find that the Uno reverse that the universe sent me of imploding my medical career was because I was really meant to impact lives in a different way, right? I never knew anything other than just being Persis the medical girl. I didn't know anything different. But, I feel like my life path was, greater, and things happen for a reason. And I'm so blessed to be able to share these teachings with other people, to be able to devote my life to positively impact as many people as I can with these more scientific type of teachings. And so if you just focus on 1% better daily, in 90 days, you should have a radically different life. And if certain parts of law of assumption are not working with you, or not, producing the type of, thankful for that redirection. Yeah, led us together. Melody down there, Healing with Melody, she is my emotion code practitioner. She's incredible if you want to give her a follow, or get any services with her. I know she was a big part of my healing journey. I worked with her for about a year, and I felt like a very different human with a very different brain after that. So what do I mean by 1%? Starting over is an opportunity to create the life I actually want. Absolutely. Starting over is a blessing, and we're going to talk about the 1% better daily rule. But the 1% better daily rule is, when you have an ability to identify precisely where your mind, your energy, your body, your beliefs, your nervous system, insert fancy words here, identity, subconscious is off. Keywords, when you're able to precisely identify what part of your energy is preventing what you want from being yours now, because manifestation is instant. Just to be clear, manifestation is instant. The present moment is all that exists. The past doesn't exist. The future hasn't been created. So all that exists is the powerful electromagnetic frequency, which we all have surrounding us in the now, right? So our energy, or put it this way, our reality of what we are getting now, like in this present moment, like what are you getting in your life now that you like and you don't like? Whatever you're getting right now is based on what you're an energetic like and you don't like. Whatever you're getting right now is based on what you're an energetic match. So if you're desire being in your reality this red hot minute, it's because some part of your mind, body, nervous system, subconscious is off. Like something is off. And this work, in my opinion, my body of work is all about precision. Precision causes life-changing transformation that fundamentally change the trajectory of your life. Alignment is king. When you are in alignment with what you want, you receive it within days. You receive it within hours. You receive it within minutes. When you're not getting what you want for days, weeks, months, years, you got to figure out, you got to reverse engineer yourself or with someone you know want for days, weeks, months, years, you got to figure out, you got to reverse engineer yourself or with someone you know. Free videos on how to not pay me, right? My work is for people who are the people who want to go after the big ticket stuff and they want to fundamentally change the trajectory of their life, right? And so at the end of the day, this is about getting 1% better daily in the areas in which you are an energetic mismatch. We don't care about the positive beliefs that are creating the positive parts of your reality. We care about the areas where your energy is leaking. I want more money, but I feel unworthy. I desire to call in the love of my life, but I feel like the dating pool is crap and good men or good women don't exist. We are existing in split energy almost always. Good men or good women don't exist. We are existing in split energy almost always. You may think I'm mirror working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, right? but it's not here. Why? Something must be off. You can't be in a scenario where you have a subconscious that's perfectly in alignment and no outcome. You can't. You must be the exception to energetic law then. You must be floating. Gravity must not be working for you also. And for people who think it's not that complicated, work on self-concept and robotically affirm. I worked on self-concept and robotically affirmed for 3 years and I got nothing. My life got worse. So if this doesn't resonate, continue to do you. This is not me saying that those more surface level techniques don't work, as I already stated in the beginning. This is me stating that there are some people who will do that and still have nothing but empty hands to show for it. When you have deeper traumas, when you have deeper subconscious wounds, let me explain something to you. It doesn't take 4 years to make a new assumption. So how are some people manifesting for as long as it takes to get a bachelor's degree? How does that work? Somebody draw me a Venn diagram and explain that to me. How does that work? It doesn't take, that's a lot of changing. That's a lot of changing of assumption. That's a lot of changing, and yet still nothing has changed. This indicates that you have deeper things, deeper traumas. You require deeper somatic work potentially. This doesn't mean robotic affirming doesn't work. There are so many people, probably millions, that get results with a robotic affirming, but what happens to the other people that don't? We just deserve to go die in a hole? No. My page is all about allowing you to understand that you're not defective. Your brain just works differently. That's okay. Follow this page. You're going to see over 600 free videos on how to change your life. You're not defective is the point. I thought when I started this page, Manifesting for the Perfectionists and Overachievers, that nobody was going to follow me because I was like, I'm probably the defective one. I'm probably the defective one. Like, nobody's going to resonate with this because I thought, yeah, just be delusional. But yet here I am 3 years later, my life's not any better. So how does that work? But I see there are other people using this and getting results. This is not a knock on be delusional, but some people it's not going to work with. No technique is going to be universal for everyone because different people have different experiences in different parts of their life that cause them to form these assumptions, beliefs, identity, focus differently. But everybody deserves to be successful. Everybody deserves to get ahead in their life. Becoming the frequency precisely. So here's why law of assumption is incomplete if you don't have your desires yet. Now, how many of you have used traditional techniques, maybe got a form of your desire and then lost it? And then lost it. This is an identity issue. This is an identity issue. Now, what does law of assumption state? Law of assumption states to change your assumptions to change reality. And I have crap handwriting, so that's why I'm going to speak everything, but just letting you know. Change your assumptions to change your reality, right? Sometimes we can't change our assumptions. Sometimes we can't change them, not because we're defective, not because there's something wrong with us, but because we have deeper wounds attached that's preventing that from happening. We have nervous system dysregulation that's not actually allowing us to feel safe, comfortable, and competent, or comfortable and confident enough to change them. And so we can sit there and say, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm chosen, I'm special, I'm abundant, I'm a rock star, I have $1 million in the bank. And then we look out the window and we're like, where is it? Why isn't it here yet? It almost feels dangerous to assume positively about our life. Who resonates? I know that I did. Why does it feel scary to think and feel good? Because your nervous system, your mind, and your body has been set into a particular pattern. Because your compilation of beliefs, thoughts, focus, expectation, habits, behaviors have been in a different side of the scenario. Like they've just been on a different side of the fence. I like to think of manifestation as taking a hike. And imagine that every day of your life, you're walking, stepping, all the way. And you're walking like 1 mile in the eastward direction. In the eastward direction, that's a new word, okay? New vocab word. We're gonna have a quiz, don't worry. And then finding manifestation is like pausing, looking around and saying, oh shit, I did not mean to get here. I did not mean to create this. How do I take one giant step back to the beginning and start all over again? But that's not how that works. You stepped there every day with the repetitive thought, focus, belief, expectation, habit. But the more that you begin to create new patterns, the more that you begin to create a different focus, the more that you begin to precisely identify exactly what's energetically sinking this ship and begin to tangibly shift it in a way that allows your brain to release the safety, things are going to start to change. Now, instead of walking back, if it took you 30 years to create this, it's not going to take you 30 years to get to the good stuff. Now you're going to be like running back. You're going to be sprinting back. You're going to be like on a jetpack back. Because your energy and alignment is highly magnetic. Think about it. You don't have to sit there and try to manifest a lack of sales in your business. You don't have to say low sales month and low sales month, low sales month. You don't have to sit there and say rejection, rejection, rejection for that guy you want or that girl you want. It just naturally happens because you've been habituating your mind, body, and nervous system into that pattern. It makes more sense for someone to reject, or it makes more sense for a lower sales month, because that's what your predominant expectations in reality have been. Whatever life has been, we default into expecting more of it. And life confirms it back via confirmation bias, via our subconscious mind. You want to know what kind of patterns your subconscious has? Look around. Look around. You don't have to try to get duds on a dating app. It naturally happens. And then you think to yourself, why is this happening? But if you were to sit down and really audit your belief systems, you think that all good men are taken, all good women are taken. You think that men lie, women cheat. You think that men steal, women are gold diggers. You want things, but do you see how your compilation of your identity perfectly conflicts it? When we get into alignment, we have to reverse engineer that. We have to reverse engineer where we are sinking the ship. I like to think of manifestation as like a boat. And our self-concept, our nervous system, our beliefs, all these things have these little pinprick holes in the boat that's slowly pulling it down. When we precisely identify those holes and we know how to plug them, and an I'm not good enough hole is different than an I'm not abundant hole. They need different things to be able to plug. Then we are able to rise back up, get the water out of the boat, and get what we want fast. Super, super fast. So anyway, I haven't even gotten into my actual analogy, which I thought was golden and the whole purpose of this live. So I'm going to start to move forward because I'm going on a lot of tangents, but I hope you're appreciating it. Feel free to give me a follow over on Instagram because all of this stuff is over there and there's over 600 free videos on how to change your life over there. If you want to work with me one-on-one and you like this and you resonate with this and you're like, hell yeah, the link's in my bio. Otherwise, just stay tuned and watch the magic unfold. So imagine that I'm going to use another analogy. I love to teach in analogies. Manifestation is like a flower, okay? Like a flower. And we have one flower. I'm going to use some different colors, right? It's like nice and bright and good and healthy, right? And then we have another flower. It's kind of like dying almost. I don't want to say it's dying, but it's not in the same state as the other one. Maybe even some petals have fallen off on the floor. It's very clear that It's not in the same great shape as the other one. And then I want you to see the little roots of the flower underneath. Obviously, this is very highly technical, artistic talent. Don't be intimidated by my art. I'm just a normal gal. I'm just a normal gal, you know? Don't be intimidated by my artistry. Please, please, hold your applause. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's dive into things. Don't be intimidated by my artistry. I know. People call me a modern day Picasso. People call me a modern day Picasso, exactly. Thank you. Hold your applause, please. All right, now we have our roots, right? And we have our flowers and all the fun things. I'm glad you guys like my sense of humor because this is definitely unapologetic me. All right, now diving into identity specifically. Why is identity the best kept secret in the manifestation world, and why are more people not talking about it? Why is everyone just kissing law of assumptions, you know what? Identity is truly what's king. I'll tell you why. Identity encapsulates everything you need to manifest. Everything you need to manifest. Everything you need. Everything. I'll tell you how and why. It has, I'm not going to be able to write it all out because you're not even going to read it. I have very bad handwriting. But I'll try to write some of it out. It has the thoughts, it has the beliefs, it has the emotions, it has the daily habits, like what are your habits? It has your expectations, it has your focus, it has how you identify in the world, it has your self-worth, it has your expectations of others. I mean, it literally has everything. When you hear about your state of being creates, they're talking about identity. Because it's more than just change your assumptions. If you change your assumption, a lot of times some people that have a dysregulated nervous system, they'll be like, yeah, I assume people to come in. I expect people to pay me. I expect love to get better. Yeah, align your brain and heart coherence, then you get whatever, absolutely. You can't trick the universe to giving you what you want because your energy won't lie. You can't say, yeah, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm chosen, I'm special. Where is it? I'm abundant, I'm rich, I'm a rock star, I'm doing $50,000 months in my business. Why is it not here yet? Why are people not buying at the same rate that I want them to? I've only hit 20K, more people aren't coming, this launch isn't happening. I'm calling in the love of my life, I'm worthy, I'm incredible, I'm wifey material. Why hasn't that guy texted me back? Why hasn't this girl texted me back? Why is this not working? Do you see how we think we're being slick? That's not a good state of being. That's distorted energy. That's energy leaking in two opposite directions. We say we want it, but then we have energy that conflicts it. That's like going to the gym and then going to an all-you-can-eat Krispy Kreme donut buffet afterwards. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Respectfully, right? I love to speak in analogies. I'm a little tongue-in-cheek like that. You know, it just helps to create a mental picture, right? It just helps to create a mental picture. I'm not shaming anyone or doing anything weird. I'm just educating. And so when it comes to this scenario, our job is to be able to not just shift our assumptions, not just shift our expectations. It's about really getting, like, who is the version of you that is making $50,000 months in their business, who's making $10,000 months in their business, that's making $20,000, $40,000 months in their business, that's calling in the love of their life. How are they thinking? How are they feeling? How are they showing up? How are they acting? How is their regulation? How do they respond when people reject them? How do they respond when a launch doesn't go as well? How do they respond when a client doesn't pay? How do they respond when the person that they like isn't really texting them back anymore? When someone rejects them, when something else doesn't work out, right? It's so much more deeper than what a lot of people realize. It's so much more deeper. You have the sun over here, right? You have water to water the plants, right? I don't know how to really represent water here. I'm gonna try to do little teardrops maybe. Once again, don't get intimidated by my artistry. Don't get intimidated. I know. I know. I should have gone down an even different career path. So we have the sun, we have the water, and we have the fertilizer, the nutrients that are going to allow them to grow. Okay? When we are only focusing on one thing, which is maybe just the sunlight, when we're only focusing on one thing, which is maybe just the water, when we're only focusing on one thing, which is maybe just the fertilizer, but then it's not getting the sun and it's not getting the water, we have stunted growth. Our flower begins to wilt. Our petals begin to fall off. Our roots begin to corrupt. We need holistic treatment, 360 degrees, to be able to get this thing that we want. Whatever big ticket desire it is that you want. You can put it in the comments if you want. You want to go from 20K to 40K months in your business. You can't be operating off a 20K month consciousness. It's just not going to work. Because how they think, how they respond, how they act, their actions, it's different. I'm doing this right now in Income Explosion with people. I'm going to win the lottery. I love that. It's different. You have to be able to address the whole picture. If law of assumption isn't working, keyword, if you're beyond 90 days to results. Now, this doesn't mean you're defective if it takes longer than 90 days. It doesn't mean you're defective at all. It doesn't mean you're defective. It just means that, remember, your manifestation can occur now also. Everything exists in the present moment. It's just about the amount of time it takes. You know how long it takes? Is the amount of time it takes you to change your identity, to shift into it and stay there. Oh, Kaya, hi. Love your works. It's been like 2 years. You helped me a lot. Oh, thank you. I love you so much. It's so nice to see you. Doing the Lord's work, or at least trying to. Your identity, your results are waiting on you. Oftentimes people think that you're waiting on it. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. I'll give you another example. This is your electromagnetic field, and this is you. Purses for president. You're so cute. I love you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Reality is a mirror of your mind. It's also a mirror of your energy. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And like I said, it's okay for things to take longer than 90 days because your desires are waiting on you to shift. You can decide to make a shift in 1 day, in 15 days, in 30 days, in 100 days. It doesn't make it any less valid. But it's just giving you a framework to say that if you were at a rock bottom zero and you focus on getting 1% better every single day, in 90 days, you're going to be significantly better. If not, some part of the education, the application, the consistency, the discipline, or the personalized touch is missing. That's my dogma. That's my mentality. It doesn't have to be your mentality. This is my mentality after having helped so many people. But of course, there's going to be deeper traumas. Of course, there's going to be times where it takes you longer to regulate your nervous system. It takes you longer because some of this stuff is in there deep. That's okay. That's literally fine. All right, this is you. This is your electromagnetic field, which everyone has. Okay? This is your resistance, which is inside the bubble. Okay, this is your resistance. Now your resistance is made up of your thoughts, your focus, oh boy, that was really bad, your identity, let's see, what else do I want to put in here? Emotions, beliefs, expectations, lots of different things. Lots of different things. Oh, my dad's here. I love that. All right, so this is you. This is you in your current reality right now. You want more money or you want love, okay? This is what you want. But you have a thought that says love doesn't work out for me. So then when love tries to come in and give you what you want, we'll use red for that. When love tries to come in, it can't come in. It just bounces right back out because you have all this heavy armored resistance around you. Hi, Brittany. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. Oh my gosh, all my OGs showed out. I love you guys so much. All my clients are here. Or my mom's clients. My mom's clients are here. I love that. That makes me so happy. I hope you're doing well. All right, so you want love to come in, right? But because you have this heavy armored resistance that's made up of the fact that you have a belief that says love is hard, right? What the hell was this even? Oh, this was focus. I couldn't even read my own handwriting. It's that bad. You have a focus of all the people that, are rejecting you. You have an identity that says, I'm just not the type of person that gets love. You have an emotion of disempowerment, feeling like something that you want's not available for you. You have a belief that says, if it would have happened by now, it should have happened by now. And it's not. So it probably just isn't meant for me. You have an expectation that says, it's probably not going to work. Probably not going to work. It isn't working so far. So why would it work now? And so this heavy armor around you, remember, is literally bouncing this desire off. It's trying, remember, the universe is trying, in case you don't know, the universe is trying to penetrate this and give you what you want every single millisecond of the day. The universe wants to bless you. God wants you to succeed. Universe, God, source, whatever you believe in. Your desires are trying to come to you 24/7, every millisecond of the day, because creation is already finished. The present moment is king. Alignment is king. This is all that exists. But it is because we have our armor around us of these limitations, these thoughts, this focus, this identity, this belief, this expectation. We can put habits out here also. Our habits are not in alignment. So many things, right? And I'll tell you something. When one thing's off, it bleeds into other things. I'll give you an example. It could just be that you're focusing on the fact that all good men are taken. That's going to make you now think all good men are taken, which is going to make you form a belief of all good men are taken, which is going to make you have a less expectation to actually get a good man, which is going to cause you to feel disempowered. It's going to cause you to feel like what you want isn't available, which is going to cause your habits to be able to be impacted, because now you're not going to try as hard. You're not going to put yourself out there as much. You're going to get deflated very quickly. You're going to give up very easily, which is going to cause you to identify as someone who's just not meant for love, which is going to cause more of, you see what I mean? Like when one of these is off, the whole wheel is off. Does that make sense, team? Does that make sense? When one thing is off, it bleeds into everything. I could tackle this from a different way. I could say that I feel, this was emotions, right? Yeah, that's emotions. Wow, I can't read my writing. I could feel, let me see, what would I feel if I was having a low sales month? I could feel not good enough. Let's try that. That's a pretty universal one. I could feel not good enough when my sales are lower. I could feel not good enough. It's going to cause me to form a belief of what am I doing wrong. It's going to cause less expectations. It's going to cause me to think, why is this low? Why am I not getting more? It's going to cause me to focus on all the people that are not signing up, who are not changing their lives. It's going to cause my identity to be of one of lack. It's going to cause my habits and my actions to go out there with a lack of expectation, which is just going to bring me more confirmation bias. You see how it doesn't matter where you tackle this from, whether you start from focus, you start from emotion, you start from expectation, you start from identity, the whole wheel is off. The whole wheel is off. When one thing is off, the whole wheel is off. Our universe is always trying to give us what we want, going back there, every millisecond of every day. But when we have these things that are off, it's creating an energetic mismatch. How do we begin to remove this armor? Well, that's a fully loaded question. It's going to take 8 hours to explain. So we're not doing that. Sorry, guys. But I will tell you that when you can begin to conquer just one of these, just like how when one spreads into the other negatively, one will spread into the other positively. So as I start to maybe challenge, let's say I'm going to challenge a limiting belief that I have, right? I'm going to challenge a limiting belief. Then I'm going to have this little area of a gap where now I'll start to get some movement. Now it has some space to come in. Now I can get even partial manifestations. I can get some birds before land. I can get some clients. I can get a good guy on the app. But do you see how if I still have like 98% of the resistance, it's not going to fully stick, which is why we want to do the identity work, because identity work is king, and that's what this page is all about. But anyway, I digress. As we begin to eliminate some of this, we don't have to try as hard. I told you before, you don't have to try to get somebody to reject you. You don't have to try to get a low sales month. You don't have to sit there and be like, low sales month, low sales month. It just happens sometimes because your cumulative energy has been set in a particular way for too long. Now we've got to reverse that. And we've got to set it into a new pattern consciously. And it's going to require effort. It's going to require some time. It's going to require some discipline. It's going to require consistency. If you want to fundamentally change the trajectory of your life, remember that manifestation is not a participation certificate. You're graded for accuracy. Let that land for a second. Manifestation is not a participation certificate. You know that. If it was a participation certificate, you'd already have your stuff. If everyone could just show up and say some affirmations and get what they wanted, I'm pretty sure there would be world peace right now, but that's not the case. Right? You're graded for accuracy. If I have an I'm not good enough wound, I gotta deal with that shit. I can't continue to have this and then suddenly get love to come in and stay. How does that work? I can't have this I'm not good enough wound and suddenly get $100,000 months in my business like my clients. It doesn't work. I got to begin to identify what's sinking this ship, and I got to shift it. I got to start to dissolve it. I got to start to question it. I got to start to regulate. I got to start to shift my habits. I got to start to do the scary things. I got to start to show up tired, scared, weak, emotional. I got to show up on a good day and I got to show up on a bad day. I got to show up when it's sunshine and rainbows, and I got to show up when it's storm clouds and it's raining. I got to be able to show up. I got to be able to put in the work. I got to be able to put in the time. I got to be able to challenge stuff. I got to be willing to be temporarily uncomfortable for a long-term benefit. If I'm not willing to do that, then this just isn't the work that I'm ready for right now, and I'm just not ready for that change right now, which is totally okay. Some people like myself, not saying this is a limitation, but my life needed to hit rock bottom for me to wake up. I hope and I pray that with all these teachings I've given out here on the internet, that you don't have to get to that level, that you don't have to make the same mistakes I did, that I can in some way pay it forward so that you cannot let your life get that bad, right? Because we want things to change and we want them to change fast. The people in my world, oh, thank you. New follower here. This is the first time I understand how manifestation works. Yeah, manifestation is all just neuroscience. It's all just neuroscience. And, my goal of my page is to be able to marry my medical background with manifestation so you can understand that the reason it hasn't worked in this past, in the past, and the reason it's been such an airy concept is because a lot of law of attraction as well is kind of like, think about it and pray about it, or write it down, put it under your pillow, release it, surrender it, let it go. And it's like, yeah, sure, maybe you want to manifest that in like 50 years. But to do things in my world, I can rattle off some of the results, and you've seen some of my clients in the chat. People have gone from 20K to 40K months in their business in 30 days. I had a girl come to me doing 20 and 30K months in her real estate business, and in 30 days of working together, she did a 250K month, $250,000 month. I have another girlie that works in a different type of home health aid business, and she did a 400K month. I work with people that are doing some pretty good things in the world. And I think it's important to recognize that I highlight big results because I want to show you that you can really shoot for the moon. If people can go from a 20K month to a 205K month in 30 days, that should be very motivational for you. I have had people use my free teachings and get $1 million acting contract in 30 days, double down on it, and then get a 4.65 one, double down on it, and then get another 5.51. And in a year, manifested over 8 figures in acting contracts. I've worked with book talk girlies, best-selling authors. I've had the privilege of working with a lot of people. Everyday people, regular people, normal people, that all we had to do was heal their freaking subconscious, their identity. And things changed. This is the only type of work you need to be doing to get results. You don't need to be doing anything else. And some people will say, well, Persis, I've done a lot of inner work. I don't know how to say this kindly, but I'm going to try. Please understand, everything I say from wanting to see you succeed. There's nobody else in this world that's going to want you to succeed more than me because I want to show you off on my live. I want to be able to show, see, here's another one, DJ Khaled, another one. When it comes to this situation, it's important to consider that, I've done a lot of inner work. But if your subconscious was in perfect alignment, you'd have it, my guy. You can't have an aligned subconscious, an aligned identity, and no outcome. It is energetically impossible. And if creation is finished, your desires are waiting on you, you're not waiting on it. So you may think, I'm waiting for the money. You're not waiting for anything. You're getting a regurgitation of your energy field. Your energy field is completely within your control. You completely control this. Nobody else does. So if you're not getting it, all I'm trying to say is let's wake up and start to actively conquer this. Then this is just not the place for you, Lily. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to do. Manifesting won't work for me. I feel like sometimes people just want to rage bait me. Manifesting works for anyone with a brain. So if you have an ability to write that, Lily, I'm guessing you're not brain dead. See, it's this disempowered narrative, this victim narrative of it won't work for me. You haven't figured out how to get it to work. Let's change the languaging first and foremost. You haven't figured out how to make it work for you with your brain. That sounds better. You have a brain, you have an ability to change it. It's not like you don't. You're not incapacitated, you can't do it. You haven't learned maybe how to do it with the way that it works for you. That's fine. There's 600 free videos to figure that out. Or you want to quantum leap a lot quicker and get these big boy results that my clients get, you can work with us. You can work with me. You can work with my mom. All my mom's clients are here. Thank you for all the gifts and the love and the likes. I love you so much. How will manifestation work for them? It won't, because they believe it won't. You believe it works, it works. You believe it doesn't, it won't. But even if you believe it does, and you don't do this, it's not going to matter a bit. It's not going to matter a bit. You've got to approach this holistically, 360 degrees. 360 degrees. Otherwise, you may get it temporarily, but it won't stick. Why? Because you only conquered the assumptions, but your assumptions were contingent on things working. How many people know, I fall into this also. It's really easy to assume good on a good day where things are working out, you're getting evidence, you're getting confirmation, things are conforming, things are moving, you're feeling like hot stuff. And then On a bad day, on a day where you get triggered, on a day where you get challenged, you go right back to the old. How many people? Shows you don't have a shifted subconscious, shows you don't have a shifted identity. It shows your nervous system is dysregulated. If you know the sky is blue and the grass is green only when the sky is blue and the grass is green, but you don't know the sky is blue and the grass is green when the sky is gray and the grass is toaster brown, well then my friend, you did not form an assumption, you formed a condition. You said when the universe shows me good, I'll believe good, I'll assume good, I'll expect good. But when it shows me the opposite, I kind of put my tails between my legs. My tails, I love how that was plural. My tail between my legs and I go back to my old. I know that I'm calling myself out. I'm calling myself out. This is why manifestation wasn't working for me for 3 years before everything came in 30 days. I went from $900 in 1 month to $2,000 in the next month, to $7,000 in the next month, to $58,000 in the next month, to $103,000 in the next month. I was quantum leaping like a you-know-what. I don't have specific video. I mean, my whole page is, it's a compilation of every question or answer you've ever wanted for manifestation. Or you can sign directly up for coaching and we do this whole process for you. I also have a membership if that's more doable for you or you want to try that out. My clients are doing 250K months, 400K months, jumping from 20K to 40K, 10K to 50K. And you know what's funny? Some people say, do I need a business? I don't know if they said coaching business or a business. You know the person that went from 10K to 50K in 1 month? She's a makeup artist, a hair and makeup artist. Do you know the person that went from 20K to 30K consistent months to 205K in 1 month? She's a real estate person. She has a real estate business. You know the person that went from 20K to 40K? She has a toy company. A toy company. A toy company. Other people have manifested career shifts, raises, promotions, jobs literally being invented for them by the CEO. I'm not even kidding you. That's my mom's girl, Diana. My mom is a coach also within my business. And so she also works with people. She's helped people do incredible things, manifest the love of their life in 90 days, get married. One of our clients is expecting their first baby in October. Money, business, love. Remember, this is universal law. It works for whatever you want. If and when you're ready to get these big ticket desires, you know where to find us. DMs are always open. But remember, this is completely within your power. This is completely within your reality. This is completely within you to shift. I taught my mom. My whole family is like a manifestation family. Because when I found this, I shared it with them. And I have the blessing and a privilege to be able to share this with people that I love and them embrace it. I feel like I manifested being able to communicate with you today. Look at you, rock on with your bad self. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. My goal in the world is to just help people get their stuff, to show you what's possible. If people can manifest 7 figures in 30 days, you're playing too small. But I do think it's important to be able to create momentum and also to create goals that feel doable, right? So it's a balance. Everything has nuance to it. I want you to succeed. I want you to win. I want you to get your stuff. And I want you to come my live and tell everyone about it. You have the ability to change stuff if and when you're ready. When you're ready to be temporarily uncomfortable, to be able to change the trajectory of your love life, the trajectory of your business, the trajectory of your career, the trajectory of your finances, you know exactly where to find us. There's so many videos here. There's a membership for $100. Everyone on this live, all 109, 111 of you at one point in time, we had a little angel number there, have the ability. You know, people have paid $100 and manifested 20 grand. That's not an uncommon occurrence. Your results are on the other side of your limitations, are on the other side of your identity shift. I don't want to make this into too much of a tangent kind of live, so all I'll say is the links in my bio. If you like me, you like my vibe, you want to try this, my page is over here, give it a follow. I'd love to see 100 new followers over there. Binge all the videos. See, look for yourself. I have a very diverse educational background with my medical degree, having studied psychology, neuroscience, my specialty in general surgery. I marry the actual science with manifestation. You have the ability to get your stuff and get it now. Let's get it now, not later. Why not? Why would we want to wait? I'm an impatient person. You put a process in front of me, you put a system in front of me, you say, Persis, do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to show up on a day where it's comfortable and where it's uncomfortable. You got to be willing to show up tired, show up scared, show up weak, show up crying so that you can show up happy. You can show up at peace. You can show up with your results. People just want to get to the end stuff without going through the mud. The mud is how you get to the pot of gold. It's how you get to the end of the rainbow. When people aren't willing to be temporarily uncomfortable to fundamentally change the trajectory of your finances, you're just not ready for it yet, and that's okay. We don't sell you a quick fix. We help you fundamentally change areas of your life to never be the same ever again. Because when you shift the identity of who you're being, your results come with you and they stay. The only time they leave is when you go back. The reason we approach this 360 degrees as an identity and a nervous system, so mind, body, and nervous system is what matters, is because you need all three to get it to stick. If something's being lost or something's incomplete, one or more of these pieces of the puzzle are off. You got to fix it, you got to plug it. You don't have to pay us. Go pay some other coach you like. But go after your shit with a ferocity because you deserve it and you're worth it. You want to work with us? We have availability as soon as next week. You want to binge? Binge. You want to go in the membership? Go in the membership. But make a conscious effort right here, right now in this chat to say, I'm going to go after my shit no matter what that looks like. I don't care whether you come into coaching or not. My perfect people are always going to come to me and they're always going to find me and they're always going to resonate and they're always going to come in. I care about you getting your shit and going after what you want. And sometimes you just need somebody to hold you accountable. Sometimes you need someone to wake you up, to give you the reality checks. That's what we're here for. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. You need me, my DMs are open. And I'll see you guys.